What we're going to be talking about is that how by default or how so naturally we start, building mountains out of a little disappointment. It's like building mountains out of a molehill for our disappointments. And when it comes to our blessings, we're not able to magnify them. We do enjoy them. We do, at that moment, we fully enjoy them and cherish them. But when it comes to really counting on them and seeing the vastness of them, we're not able to do that. And we take that so much for granted. We take that aspect so much for granted that we don't really focus in that way on fully enjoying the vastness or like magnifying those blessings would just put all our troubles aside, wouldn't it? So what is it in our mind? What is it in our conscious? What is it in our heads that actually stops us from magnifying those blessings or those joys which we are looking for, or which we are seeking for, which we are struggling for, actually, because that's the aspect which brings greatest misery in our lives, that I'm not able to achieve this, or my relationships are not going well, or my finances are not going well. And when there are a little finances that do come in, we're still not able to expand our consciousness or expand ourselves to think that, okay, this is this is going to help me to grow, or I'm grateful for this. And that's where gratitude comes in greatly. So what do you think? And I would want to today maybe start off with some of you, that what do you think pulls you back, or is it so difficult to magnify those blessings? Let's hear from you. Anybody? Bambi, we were talking you were messaging something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to share something. Suju also just questions to ask that, yes, sometimes when the universe blesses you with some help, whichever way you may need it, whatever you may need, of course, it feels so overwhelming. So, and then, when I had spoken to you, when I was in Bombay, I'd mentioned that this huge help, massive help had come my way. And in those moments, you feel like the whole universe is by your side, it's protecting you, everything is just with you, all is well. And then cut to some maybe days later where there's a shift in that help. And then suddenly you just thinking that, wait, the universe was with me just now. And then now, why has this happened? So, and then the mind, obviously, it's very tricky. One witnesses how the mind starts to play that, an old, maybe it's an old, deeply imprinted recording in your, inner conversation that says that, oh, it was too good to be true. See? So also leads one to ask that, yes, I am deserving, but am I fearful? Am I afraid to receive it with such an open heart? And that's pretty much where I was. I said, oh God, I got this help. And yes, it took me a week to digest it. And then within the following week, there was that change. And I said, what was this all about? So,
yeah. Yeah. You said something, Bambi, that when you're receiving it or when you're getting that help, it's for you, it feels that, yeah, the universe is by my side. The universe is protecting me. You use these words, right? The universe is protecting me. The universe is supporting me. And now that things have shifted in a way where probably it's not going in the way that you had anticipated or had thought that it would unfold, you're feeling that the universe is not protecting me. The universe is not supporting me. I don't say that you believe that fully, but yes, a part of you still goes into that aspect that, is the universe really supporting me right now? I mean, where did all this come from? And why was I put on that high and now suddenly I'm at that low? So actually the problem is not with the external thing that, okay, now I'm not going to get this thing, or this is not going to manifest in my life. The problem is that sense of failure, or that thing of, feeling that judgment of, am I worthy enough? Am I deserving enough? And I know for the longest time you couldn't digest it, because it was that, is this really happening, or this really can't happen to me? So yes, those are the vibrations also that we are sending out. But that's the stability that we need to bring into our lives. Because we know that the ups and downs, we know the highs and lows are going to manifest 100%. Right? They are going to manifest. That is life. We cannot think that we're always going to be in that space, but of receiving, right? Receiving as in physically receiving. But the fact is that we are actually always in that place of receiving, and the universe will disperse it at the rate that you can digest it. That is something that we have to trust, isn't it? You are also like, you understand this in terms of, say, when you are working with somebody, or you have a session with somebody, you're not going to download all your information on that person, not because you can't give it, but the fact that the person may not be able to receive that much, right? So you will do to the level where you feel that this is the best for this person at this time, isn't it? So as a healer, as a therapist, as a sound therapist, you will put that much in that person's awareness in that session of yours, so that the person can actually fully absorb that much, isn't it? And the trust that you have in what you are doing is fully there. Similarly, the person who has come to you or is receiving from you trusts you to be giving him or her just optimum as required by them, so that they're able to assimilate and make the best out of that. Whether it is even like, suddenly their chakras are feeling very highly energized, they're not able to balance, or they might feel as if they've been thrown back into something, all that is fine. But you have that trust in yourself, and they have that trust in you. It's like I was listening to a discourse today morning, and this gentleman was saying that when we sit in an aircraft, do we even know the pilot? We don't know the pilot, but we are trusting the pilot, isn't it? When we're sitting in a cab, we are trusting the driver, and we even go off to sleep in the back seat, and we don't know them. If we have our own personal driver, it's a different thing. But otherwise, this person who's taking you on a flight all across, you don't trust him, you don't know him, but you've put that trust in him, isn't it? And similarly, when we sleep at night, we have this full trust that we are going to get up in the morning, isn't it? Who is that trust on? That trust is not on the person who's the pilot or the driver. The trust is in life, in a higher, in the universe, isn't it? So focus on that trust. When that trust shakes, when that trust is not there, that's when we feel shaken, and that's when we feel, oh, there's so much negativity, nothing is working out. We always say these things now, but who says nothing is working out? And I always say that when we are breathing all the time, from the time we are conceived till the time we die, we're not even aware that we are breathing. And suddenly there's a pneumonia or some issue in the lungs, and we need the ventilator and the nebulizer. Then we realize, oh, this breath was always with me, but did I really expand on it? Did I really magnify the blessing of this breath that supports me 24/7? And one small thing, it's like nothing works out for me in life. Every time I fail, whatever I put my energy on, it never materializes. God never gives me what I want. God gives you what God knows you need, not what you want. So don't be like that cranky, tantrumy child and throw the tantrum, and shift your energy. We slip into the disappointment. It just takes us down. It's like a vacuum that just pulls us into that disappointment, and then we feel, oh, nothing is happening, nothing is happening. But that's the moment you need to take the pause and even think that, okay, is nothing happening? Is there anything that is happening? That we have this gratitude group, and when we started it, I know a lot of people said, I have nothing to write in my gratitude log. I have nothing to write in my gratitude book. But if you just start counting your blessings from anything, the fact that you woke up in the morning, the fact that you opened your eyes and you could see so much, you could see everything. The fact that you're breathing, the fact that you have a roof on your head, the fact that you have food on your table, anything, just start writing those simple things to enhance your energy, and you will see how those will be magnified. The disappointments we don't need to magnify, because that happens by default. isn't it? But they're actually not magnified. The magnification is only in your head. But the blessings, when we make a little effort to bless ourselves and to magnify the simple blessings that we have in life, little steps magnifies it, really magnifies it in reality. And that's why it feels that the pain is so stronger, because that just comes on its own. You don't need to expand or put effort in magnifying your miseries. If I talk and ask each one of you present here, how has your life been? How is your life? Each one of you will open up a Pandora box of the miseries or the sufferings that we are going through. And believe me, including myself, all 25 of us will feel that I am the one, like I'm the topmost on that list of suffering. My life has not been, nobody has experienced the kind of pain that I have experienced in my life. What I have gone through. So that's the ego talking. That's the I talking, isn't it? And each one will say, and each one will think, my story is more painful than the others, right? But if we just stop there and we say, okay, now let's see who's the most blessed here. Which one of us feels that we are the most blessed? Everybody will have a little doubt, and maybe she's better than me. She's more blessed than me, isn't it? So the focus goes there. But if you say who's suffering the most, each one will say probably I am suffering the most. You see the difference, right? So if we were to ask that, okay, which one of you feels that your blessings are really magnified? You'll say that one, because she got this, they got this. But if we say who's the one who's experienced most disappointments in their life, each one of us will probably say, maybe I have got them more than the others, isn't it? So see the difference. See the difference, how you can just put the magnifying glass exactly where you need to put it, right? And those disappointments do not need any effort, but it needs your awareness to not look on that side and look on this side, even if these seem like peanuts and these seem like big, big watermelons, if I may just say. Yeah, because obviously the weight will go towards the heavier thing, which one feels. It's not a reality, it's only a feeling. And just now, I was just chatting with a friend who's here on the call. Sonu was here. We were having tea in the morning, and she said that I just heard that why do we only emphasize on the what ifs which are negative? What if this does not happen? What if this does not happen? And why can't we focus on what if this actually happens? Isn't it? It's only a perception of your mind. It's only your thought process. And someone might say that, yeah, you may say it's my thought process, but for the last 10 years, I've been struggling to pay my bills. For the last 10 years, it's like I just make it, I'm like, I owe so much money, I've been going down in debts, or whatever one might feel, that I really haven't been able to, say, grow or expand or magnify, say, my finances, take an example. And the reality is there. You see the bills, you see the things that I have to do, and it's always struggling to make those ends meet. But can't we be in gratitude that the ends are meeting? Can't we be in gratitude that the ends are meeting? Because there are lots of people who are not even able to make that. And I don't mean in any which way that you need to compare. Not at all. It's not about comparing. But one has to see that even in that life, I would say, whatever, if you're, you have a lot of bills to pay, you don't have a job, whatever it might be, your relationship is breaking off, there are still blessings that are there. And hidden under all these struggles, there are blessings, 100%. There is absolutely no doubt in that. But the fact is that we are so caught up in the outside world to satisfy those outside wishes or desires or whatever it is that we want, that we somehow overlook those blessings. We're not able to see those blessings. And that's why we feel this whole cloud of disappointments on my head. And it just feels that I need to go into, I just can't cope with life. That's when people slip into depression. That's when people commit even suicide. But it's just about trusting and holding on or at that time, because that cloud is very soon going to pass away. Even if you choose not to push that cloud out, the universe will for sure, the cloud will pass away. There will be a wind that will blow, or there will be a downpour of that cloud, and before you know it, the cloud will be out of your life for each one of you here. isn't it? Just to cite your example, and don't take this personally, Bambi, there are lots of people and all of us go through that. It's like you're nicely active, involved, showing up for everything, and suddenly one goes into hibernation. Because of what? That disappointment is a hit on our ego, isn't it? Forget about, I don't even think you'll think to that level that what will people think about me. But a lot of people are influenced by that. That I was there and now suddenly I'm here in any aspect, be it my career, be it my relationship, be it my health. A lot of people even blame or feel disappointed with their health. That I've always lived a very healthy life and suddenly I've been detected with this disease. So they feel as if they feel that shame, they feel that guilt. And that's as good as being dead because they are such low vibrations, isn't it? And did we invite that shame or guilt? People hide. They don't want to disclose the kind of diseases that they have been detected with because they feel, oh, what will other people think? But why? What will other people think? It's just a body that has got a particular issue. And as we are growing, all of us know that something or the other comes up in the body. But the thing is, you feel, oh, that person might feel, or the others might feel that, I've not lived a healthy life, or I've shamed myself in some way. I've not. And we all know that all that comes from the fact that we may not be feeling good enough, or we may have not lived a very healthy life, which we may have shown outside, but inside we know what we are doing right and we know what we are doing wrong. I'm sorry, I'm expanding it to that level, but that's the whole thing that we truly feel. We feel that judgment from people around us, don't we? They'll judge us, like, she didn't do this, or she did not meditate, she didn't come for retreats. And all the time the universe was putting those things in your path and saying, go meditate, go join this group, go write your gratitude, get up in the morning, exercise, eat healthy. You may be doing some things here there, but where you're sort of cheating, isn't it?
Yes.
And that's the fear that will come in. And that judgment is what really actually shoves you into the grave.
Yeah.
Are you saying something?
No, that's absolutely correct, Suju. I think it's that self-judgment that comes in so fast. Also knowing that, like you said, it's like a gray cloud, and you know that you can witness everything that's happening through that whole process, knowing that this cloud has come and it will go. But in that moment you feel that you're not, you've missed whether it's the satsang or whether it's some talks here and there which are incredibly enriching, needless to say. And also earlier, you said this expectation. It's like when we have a dream or a vision or something that we'd like to do. As you said this, it just came to me that sometimes we get very attached to what it should be. And because you think, oh, I'm manifesting it like this, so it should be like this. And if a speed breaker or some obstacle comes, then you feel shaken up. So perhaps in it is also saying that it's not like the universe doesn't want you to dream or have a dream, and whatever it may be, it's always there to support you. There's no reality that it's not there to help you, but it knows what is best for you. So trust that.
Yeah.
Everything else is part of the play of everything. In fact, yesterday, if I may say, in satsang, Muji Baba said something, this is all part of that play.
Absolutely.
And he also said it. He said it so sternly, and I felt like, how sometimes when he's speaking, you feel like he's saying it directly to you. Sternly to you, saying this is part of the play. And then I got your message for this talk, and I said, this is again, the universe is saying, see, you think, we've forgotten you, or whatever it may be, the mind might be throwing up, but that's not the reality. So.
And we just want to put reasons to it. Like, oh, this didn't happen. Maybe I would not have been able to handle it. Maybe this is not for my highest and best. Inside you're cursing it that what the hell, I really wanted it. And, of course I can handle it. Who says I can't handle it? So there's that, those two voices in your head that are there all the time. One which is wanting you to trust, but still there is this, thing at the back that says, I mean, why not? Why does it always happen to me? All those kind of things definitely come up. So one has to just hang in there. actually the whole process is just of hanging in there. And like somebody even said yesterday, it's easier said than done, that, just trust, it will unfold. But when you're going through that, it's like, but those things, those expectations, Bambi, that you're talking about are also set by us, isn't it? And yes, the universe has conspired to put them in our mind, isn't it? And also you said that when those speed breakers come, so understand that they're only speed breakers. You just need to slow down. Life in the speed breaker is just asking you to put a brake. Put a brake, look left, look right, pause, and then you'll be having the strength to press the accelerator and to tide over that speed breaker, isn't it? Isn't it? So it's not a dead end. And even if it is a dead end, it's not a dead end, but even if it is a dead end, there will be some way ahead. There will be a ray of light from somewhere. You have to trust that. Blindly trust that. And that's what will help you to tide over that speed breaker or that dead end. Dead end is just a pause. It's just a pause. It's not the end of anything. And actually, if we look, what are we all progressing towards? Isn't it? We're all moving towards a dead end in our life, so-called dead end, right? Where we are just going to be in a space of, say, blankness, emptiness, stillness, whatever you might like to say. So what? It's a dead end, it's meant to be so. But that acceptance has to come into us. And the second thing that I caught from what you were sharing was, now, if we want something in our life, supposing I'm wanting to, say, manifest a big house, right? Just to take an example randomly, or say a relationship, say an intimate relationship. Is it just the relationship or that house or that bank balance that I'm looking at that will give me, that will be the end? We have to reflect one step further. Why do I want these things? If I want these things, my thing is that, okay, if I have that house, I will be happy. If I have that relationship, it will complete me and I will be happy. So ultimately, we are all wanting to get into a space of joy, peace, happiness, isn't it? Each one of us here will say yes. Why do you want the money? I want the money to create a business, and I want that business to give me happiness, because that is what will give me fulfillment in my life. We all think like this, isn't it? But the fact is, the universe feels, and universe knows, and universe hears that all you want is happiness, joy, and peace. The path that will take you to that is not the money, the bank balance, the relationship, the house, etc., etc. Leave that part to the universe. The how, the what, the when is not our business. Right? A lot of times we say, but how can it ever happen in my life? Okay, if you think how can it ever happen in your life, then how can it ever happen in your life? Then just stay with that doubtful energy. But if you say, of course, this can happen in my life, why will it not happen in my life? But how will it happen? I can't see it, but I know for sure that the universe is working towards it. Isn't it? That's the trust that we need to. And the universe will give you that joy, happiness, and peace. And it may have chosen to give it to you through a, through a relationship, not with a person A, B, and C, but your direct relationship with God. Not through a small house, but maybe just through a big mansion. Who knows? So we limit ourselves also when we are in that limited space. And a lot of times we may feel that, but when I see all this suffering around me, or I see that there are other people around who just don't get it, and because of that, I am suffering, then in a way we have to understand that we are only expanding their disappointments and expanding our disappointments. And I don't mean to say that it doesn't happen when you see, say, a child going through a pain or a suffering or a physical illness, or you see, a parent or a partner or a friend going through some kind of a health issue, or really, really in pain in some way. Of course, your heart goes out for them, isn't it? But the fact is that you yourself slip down looking at the other's disappointment because you feel a kind of helplessness. So that's where we have to understand that we are not God, but we are no less than God also. There is a part of God within us. So rather than saying, how can I help this person? I'm feeling so helpless. I'm feeling so disappointed. I'm feeling so broken down because I can't do anything for them. So in a way, you are magnifying their disappointments as well as yours, isn't it? Because what are you sending out to the universe? You're sending out to the universe only fear. You're sending out to the universe only pain. And actually, this is the law of attraction. Whatever we focus on will expand. A lot of times we say, oh, I have this. This is my migraine headache is always there with me. My knees pain so much. Mine. So we have to understand that we are actually owning that pain. We are owning that suffering. But you have to shift that awareness and say, okay, my child is going through something, or I'm going through something, but that does not mean that I will always keep going through something. So universe, give me the strength, magnify that strength in me and in my child and in my partner or whoever, in my friend, so that they are able to have that trust, they are able to cope and know that this is just something which is happening, but it is passing. You have that power to pray. You have that power to move into that space of deeper trust and magnify that blessing, that ability to pray, magnify that ability to, to magnify your blessings, to be aware that, yes, I still have certain things. My child is going through a little turmoil. My child is going through a little suffering. I am going through a turmoil. I'm not able to hang in. God, hold me, support me. Just close your eyes for a moment and feel that energy around you. And 100%, I can assure you, 100%, you will feel that embrace of your angels, of your guardian angels, of your God, deities, whoever you believe in. When a lot of people tell us that I felt this miracle, that I was praying to Sai Baba or I was praying to, Jesus. I mean, I'm not just taking a name of a deity. I don't mean anyone particular. And I really had this feeling that there was an energy around me and somebody was protecting me, or God put, his arms around me, or my guru just came and, he just blessed me. These things actually happen because it's just a higher energy. And we sometimes just laugh it off and say, no, that's not, that's just your perception of your mind or a thought. But if you are really, really feeling that, if you really sit and pray, if you just, and you don't have to do that with intensity, you just have to do it with lightness and from your heart and say, God, I just can't handle it anymore. Tera tujhko arpan. Any of these things, And the latest that I have actually started, and I think I shared it also in a couple of talks here, is that just the moment you feel that the disappointment is now coming over and is going to grasp you, and then just like that vacuum cleaner is now raising its intensity and it's just going to sap you in it, take a pause and just shift into chanting anything. Train your mind. Just start saying Vaheguru, 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 thank you, Ram, 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 whatever you would like to say. And you will see how a part of you will smile at that, because it's like, you're now going to be caught by the thief and going to be stolen off all your power, but you've made that effort to call the police. Now who's going to save you? So I have caught myself, honestly, a lot of times if I go into a little negativity, I know that by default now, because of my practice, sometimes I'll just start chanting Vaheguru, Vaheguru, and there will be a smile that will come from within me that, okay, you caught yourself, so do that. These are simple things. These are simple things. And you say, I don't know how I will be able to do it or what will happen. But believe me, something will happen because you're calling out to a higher power whom you trust. It could be anybody. Anybody, doesn't matter. Even take the name of your teacher, even take the name of your mentor, take the name of your guru, goddess, anybody that you believe in. And you will see that that shift begins to happen. You're not saying any elaborate mantras, or you're not reading elaborate scriptures. You are just going into a chant of just saying Om, 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 or Ram, 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 or anything which will shift your focus there. And believe me, it will start to shift something inside you. 100%. 100%. But the thing is to be in that slight awareness that I don't want to be this victimized person now living a life of disappointments. That's something that I always tell people who I work with, that if you come into my healing room and you are carrying a victimized energy and you wish to enhance or magnify that victimized energy, then I'm sorry, I cannot help you. You have to take responsibility for whatever is happening in your life. Whatever is happening, even if I'm suffering from, say, a terminally, an illness which is really going to, it's like a terminal illness, and I attracted, oh, I may say, why would I want to attract a terminal illness? Why would I want to attract a cancer or something? But the fact is that somewhere your energy has attracted it in your life. Why would I want to attract a breakup? Why would I want to attract a divorce? Why would I want to attract, a child who has special needs? Of course not. We would not from our conscious mind attract it. But there is something that the universe wants you to go through. And I'm not even saying there are lessons to learn in life. It is for your growth. It is not lessons, because sometimes we learn those lessons, but they're very temporary learning. It's like what we learned in one class, we forget in the other. Isn't it? But these are stepping stones for your growth. It's like how you're churning to really come to the core, And believe me, there comes a point when the nut cracks, when the outer thing cracks and you're really at the core. And then suddenly there is nothing but bliss. But till the time we only keep focusing on the externals to give us that, help us to reach there, we will be disappointed. So you have to now start turning inwards, take responsibility for whatever is happening in your life. Another thing is simple, the forgiveness prayer, the Ho'oponopono prayer. I take responsibility for the suffering. I take responsibility for this. And don't let your ego come up and say that, no, but I'm not responsible for this suffering. The fact is that, yes, somewhere deep down, you and whoever else you feel has created that suffering. Okay, even for a moment, if you say somebody else has, say, cursed you or put you in this situation where you're suffering, you and that person are one. We are all one. So if nobody else is taking the onus and the responsibility, you take the onus and the responsibility. Actually, the moment you take the responsibility, more than half the work is done. It's like, I'm so fearful, I can't go, I can't jump into the pool, I can't swim, you are full of fear. But the moment you put your feet in that water and you say, or you decide in your mind, okay, let me just try it to be on the shallow side. Come into acceptance with your fear. Then you will see that you will be able to, before you know it, you'll be swimming. Because the biggest fear is the fear of the fear, isn't it? Once we break that, we see that we are able to, the moment you confront it, the moment you accept it, things begin to change. Because your vibration has come, your resistance has gone. And you're now in that space of blessings versus disappointments.
Yeah, it's absolutely true, Suju, what you said, everything. It's the universe. So there's lots of gratitude even for this feeling, because this was the way the universe had to squeeze this out of me. And I'm always so grateful to you. Sometimes to get stuck in this mind space, you need someone to take that and knock the walnut shell hard.
Absolutely.
So the words, yes, it's definitely lifted a lot from my heart, even now as I speak to you. It's the absolute truth. The universe is with me, God is with me, and what is meant to happen will happen, and it will be the best for
it's
me.
actually happening. It's already work in progress. It's
Yeah.
actually happening. So it is happening for your highest and best. And actually, that is what we need to ask for. That God, whatever is there for my highest and best, because the universe knows better than any of us. We might be 60, 70, 80 years old, but that has no nothing to do with what you deserve or you don't deserve. What you get, when you get, how you get. It's the divine timing. Right? So just completing the Ho'oponopono prayer, which I left in between, that when you feel that suffering, just take that responsibility on yourself, including the others whom you are blaming. That's the vastness that you need to come into. That's the openness that you need to come into. And that's really crushing your ego. That's really, really crushing your ego. And then moving from there to say that I'm sorry if there's anything that is causing this negativity in my life. And I'm saying sorry not because I'm blaming myself. I'm just saying sorry because there is this negativity which is impacting me. And so many other people at the same vibration. So when we are doing such prayers, understand that you're not just doing them for yourself. If I am praying for somebody who's going through cancer, say a person A, the vibrations that I'm sending out are going to other people who are also at that vibration, you know, who are also at that vibration. And you it needn't be that you have to be sitting in a hospital and giving healing to somebody. You're creating that vibration to heal a cancer. And it is definitely spreading to so many more people. It happens by default again. So I'm sorry that there is this negativity that exists in my life. And then we really bow down to say, please forgive me. Please forgive me for whatever has caused this life, past life, my karmas, parents' karmas, partners' karmas, my bad deeds. I don't even know. But if there's anything that is causing the suffering in my life, I seek forgiveness for that. And then we open ourselves to love, that I love you. And that's really about self-forgiveness. That whatever has caused this suffering to come into my life, whichever part of my consciousness that has brought this suffering into my life, I seek forgiveness for that. And I say, I love you, self-love. We have to shift this gear into the gear of love to be attracting what we wish to attract. And then, of course, the highest vibration that we feel in the body is of gratitude. So thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. Easiest, simplest, whenever you are feeling, challenge yourself and use this, you know. So do these things consciously, challenge yourself and see, okay, so let me try this time, because it's easy to say it when you're feeling happy. You know, in fact, you don't even ever think of saying it when you're feeling happy. It doesn't come so easily. Because we take all those blessings. I mean, we come so entitled in this universe, isn't it? We come thinking that, yeah, I'm sleeping 100%, I'm going to get up in the morning. Use that entitlement and that trust in everything else in your life. That now that I have asked, it is going to be given. Whichever ways, however, whichever path it chooses to come by, in whichever time it chooses to come by. That's something that I allow the universe to guide me through. And then if I'm feeling that impatience, I'm feeling that, but I need it now, then tell the universe that I need it now, isn't it? I need it now. I really feel I want to enjoy it now. But a lot of times we realize, oh, this didn't happen 2 years before. Now it is happening. And I'm really, really enjoying it. Maybe I would not have valued it at that time. And I needed to value or uncover a lot of other blessings that I was not seeing at that time in my life. And now that I have started cherishing, valuing, acknowledging these blessings, I am opening myself to more and more blessings. They're getting magnified, they're getting multiplied, they're getting amplified on their own. And also understand that it is not this house or bank balance or health condition which is going to give me that peace and joy. That peace and joy I already am. It is already with me. Can I be joyous in this little space or this little hut that I'm in? And then if the universe feels, with this joy, I will be put into a bigger home or a bigger job or a healthier relationship, whatever. But I have to be happy and joyous and feel blessed where I am today, to be able to attract more of the same. Isn't it? And it may be very difficult. It may be feeling, oh, God is really churning me. The life is really churning me. And that's fine. Just ask for the strength to bear that churning, because you'll come out absolutely washed and sparkling.
I just said this will also pass. This will also pass.
Yeah, so shift it to saying this is passing because it is passing, isn't it?
This is passing. Yeah.
Yeah, and just be with that. Just be with that, that it is passing. It cannot stay. It just cannot stay. Now, I ask you right now, all of you present here, there must have been something that you went through in this past week, isn't it? There must have been that one moment of feeling disappointed or feeling helpless, feeling. Can you bring that fully now into your energy? Even if you try to think of it, it will not come because it has passed. That moment has passed. Okay, there may be something more or something different, but that is passing. So just trust that. Just fully trust that, and you will see that before you know it, it has fully passed on. It has really moved on. Yeah. And focus on what you want to enhance in your life. Focus on what you want to build in your life. Just remember that simple thing. Just remember that simple thing that I think I even spoke about it last week, that somebody goes in for an interview and gives that interview and they feel I'm most suited for this job. I will 100% get this job. I 100% deserve this job. I'm most suited for this job. And when they go and give the interview, they see the other candidates there and somehow disappointment or distrust comes into their energy. And they feel that coming back, I don't know, I'm like a 50-50. Will I get it? Will I not get it? I don't think I'm going to get this job. And I would say that, okay, so there are 10 days till the time you get a yes or a no, a formal letter of yes or a no. There are 10 days to it. So you say, I will not get it. I say you will get it. Okay. Both are a 50-50 chance. Both are a perception. Both are an illusion. There is no truth as yet in it. There is absolutely no truth as yet in it. But what do you want to focus on for those 10 days till you actually get a letter of yes or no? Equally both, right? What do you want to focus on for these 10 days? Do you want to be in this belief of disappointment that no, it's not going to happen? There were better candidates there. There were more people there. If you want to be in that belief that, yes, I'm not going to get it, and you want to focus on this, then yes, this is what will get magnified. This is what will get expanded. Again, that expansion also has no reality to it. It's only your thought, your construct, your vibrations, and that is what you're sending out to the universe. Now look at this, which is also an illusion. I will get it. I will manifest it. It is happening for me. Of course, there were better candidates there, but I'm most suited for this job. This is again an illusion. This is again a perception. But what for these 10 days would I want to focus on? This or this? The blessing that I got an interview call. I went, I was one of the candidates who was most suited, and then moved from there. Or this disappointment that I'm feeling. Now, for those 10 days, if I just shift my focus, even if it is fake, if I shift my focus to, yes, there may be chances that I get this job. If I shift my focus to that, and then after 10 days, I shouldn't be surprised if I get that interview call that I have been chosen for the job. And for some reason, if you get a no in that, then you will still have that vibration because you were at that positive vibration. You will still have that ability to apply again or to look for other things or to ask whatever it is that you want. But if you are already in that disappointed space, you have attracted it, isn't it? You have put out the energy that, no, I don't think this is happening. I don't think. And sometimes we say it just to safeguard our ego, isn't it? That what will people think? But that's what you need to just wipe off and say, of course, this is coming to me. Or like we say, something better is on the cards. But you will have the ability to pick yourself up and move ahead, isn't it? Versus thinking that, no, now see, I don't think I'm ever going to apply for it because I knew this is coming. I knew I'm not going to get it. You're only validating that no, you're only validating that disappointment that is coming up in your life. It's not a disappointment, it's a stepping stone. Remember when a child learns to walk, he or she falls down 200 times in a day. And if they did not have that ability to pick themselves up and run, and you say, oh, you've fallen down, you can't walk, then the child will never learn to walk. Steps and falls down. So these are simple steps. You feel that you've fallen down, pick yourself up and move ahead. Before you know, you'll be in the race, you'll be running. and achieving so much in life. But that little child has no ego to think I've fallen. Now, if I get up, people are looking at me. Child just gets up and walks, runs. But we feel, oh, what will people think? I failed again. That's not true at all. For me, there is nothing like failure in life. They're all stepping stones. They're all stepping stones. And till the time you don't come to us, you don't pick yourself up to move to the next step, how will you rise? If you just keep standing still on a stair, how will you rise? You have to put effort to move to the next and the next and the next. And know that you are supported from behind and the universe is giving its hand from the front. Come, hold my hand, child. Come, step up and just keep taking those steps up. Yeah, so see that support around you. Don't look at that support for physical people and situations or jobs or relationships or things that are material things that are going to give you that. Look for it in bigger spots. The universe is always embracing you from behind. Anytime you feel like that, just close your eyes and feel that blanket of warmth being put on your back, and you'll feel that as if something is just covering you up, totally embracing you. And so many times people tell me that, I was just doing this and I heard your voice of what you had told us in the Sunday talk or something. I mean, imagine if just a statement like that, which I have said, just because you have belief in me, right? And I'm not saying me as in me. Belief in me is only because I have belief in the universe. More than I have belief in me, I have belief in the universe. So if you hear that and you say, I heard your voice and it just put me back on track, forget it. I'm just a little morsel present in this path. Think of the universe. That's so big, right? So just think of that universe, think of God, think of that deity, think of that energy, think of that angel, whatever, whoever you wish to. And you will see how they'll come and gently put that blanket around you and support you and say, it's okay, come on, get up, move.
It's like you're reading my heart right now, Suju. It's really, you're saying everything that's sitting right here. It's the universe does, protect you from behind, and like you're saying, that gives you your hand from the front to saying, here, take my hand. And I was feeling that deep inside when I kept, just coming back to self. I could just feel it that she's saying, I'm here, take my hand. What are you afraid of? Yeah. And then I could hear Rohini saying, how she says, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not happened. It's okay.
Absolutely.
So
yes, these are the mentors whose voices should be in your head, and we are only validating it because it's coming from our trust in the universe, no?
Yeah.
It's actually that. It's not, I'm just sitting here as a person, but there's an energy that is speaking through me. I totally believe that. And it's equally for me to hear as it is for you to hear. I always believe that. These talks energize me and give me that strength to deal with whatever is coming up in my life, as much as it is helping each one of you. So I thank actually everybody for this opportunity. Yeah. And I really trust when I sit down, I just take a moment to ask the universe, just speak through me, just speak whatever needs to be heard by whoever's present and me also. True. Right? We all get into those disappointments. It's not that, but yes, we catch ourselves, right? And we shift that focus. It's not difficult. Affirm that, try that, pray for that. Pray that you're able to shift that focus to your blessings. Just keep counting your blessings. Just keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you in that way. And you will see that the universe will only give you things to be thankful for. Anyone else? Any questions? Any doubts?
Thank you so much, Suju. Thank you so much. I'm sitting here and just to share as we're speaking, it's a gray, cloudy day in Dehradun, but right in front of me, there are rays of sun coming through the cloud.
Yeah.
That's all your light. Thank you so much. Really love you so much. Thank you.
Love you well. Really, really love you. And I know many of you here are really going through a lot of challenging times, whether it is with your children, with your jobs, with your relationships, with your health issues. I know so many of you. So I really thank you for even listening in and having that trust to be present here, because the universe is really, really supporting you and has put you here because you just need to Get back. It's like this, something you hear, you all have that trust in you. But right now, you're not able to connect to it. So through these words, through this talk, you're just being put back on track. It's just like doing that shift and you're back on track. And the universe has chosen that you be present here and listen to this to strengthen your own trust. It's not my trust, it's your trust. It's the universe that belongs to each one of us, isn't it? So yeah, keep listening, keep coming, keep sharing and spreading this, because we all need it at different times. Today it was Bambi. Thank you, Bambi, for speaking for all of us, actually. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.